I've never seen a survival trip. What wild place has eyes like that? The bacon is not over. Pork ribs, stewed grape, forest salamander, grilled charcoal, sweet stewed copper crab, juicy and delicious forest grape juice. I have to say, these two don't seem to be living. It's more like a picnic. This time hunters and cooks unto the cloud forest in Mexico. Anyone who hunts knows. This place is a haven for wild proteins. It's no different for hunters and cooks. Buffet. Led by a Korean driver. They go deep into the forest, select an area of protein concentration, and start a 7-day survival journey. They got out of the car and found out it's hotter than Siberia. To avoid dehydration, the first priority is to find water and set up camp. There's no map or compass. They rely only on the hunter's survival experience. To determine the direction, walk more than 10 kilometers. Hunters detect wild boar footprints. Here's a trace of them digging for food. It means you're about to enjoy wild boar meat. But right now, the chef is not interested in eating. Just looking for some fresh water. Walking in the thick forest, he was so hot that his limbs were falling apart. Body tired. When walking through a small hole, he accidentally fell on his back. After so angry, the chef turned to the hunter to scold for a fight. If you can't find water in 5 minutes, he'll come back. Fortunately, down a small slope, they found water. Both of you immediately drink to rehydrate. If there's running water, of course there will be creatures. The hunter quickly spotted a small crab. They decided to build a shack by the stream. Choose a plot of land a few hundred acres. The hunter built the shack and the chef took the pot and caught the crab. Turn over every small stone. It's not surprising that there are a lot of copper crabs here. Take one hand and get one. It's no bigger than lobster or emperor crab. I caught a few dozen in an instant. On the way back they found a tree. It's a rare spice in the wild. Combined with fresh copper crab, it is a masterpiece. Back to camp. The chef showed off today's menu to the hunter. So the hunter didn't say no. He was in a hurry to start a fire. While preparing spices, chef gives crab to hunter to guard, but just turned away. The hunter dropped the crab on the ground. Even worse, the chef panicked. Catch crab running wild. Unlucky holding a knife with iron stains. Accidentally bleeding hunter's hand. In this wet environment, if you don't handle the wound carefully, will be susceptible to infection. Fortunately, hunters have survival experience in the forest for years, so he carefully cleaned and bandaged the wound. But right now, the chef is still grinning, which makes me suspect that he took revenge for the crab fall. To make up for the mistake, the chef decided to make crab soup for hunters. Put the crab in a pot of crushed oil. Add a small fire tunnel in 30 minutes. Finally came out with a delicious crab soup. Hunter instant soup half pot. It tastes good and makes you eat well. Forget the past regret. You two just like that. The next morning, we both woke up hungry. The hunter said he was going into the forest to hunt. Just walked out of camp about 10 miles. I found a chicken, dig drum resting on the tree. Without a word, the hunter shot his arrow. But it didn't hit any hair. They scare the prey away. It seems that the wound on your hand affects you. All he had to do was return to camp empty-handed. The hunter returned empty-handed. The chef had to find the ingredients himself. Just walked 2 miles. I found corn growing on a green palm tree. This plant provides a lot of starch. Passing by a waterfall, he also discovered a plant called Allegheny. It looks like cabbage. It's the best organic vegetable in the forest. It has to be cooked to eat. Oats and small oats in the middle. It can't be eaten. If you eat, you will be poisoned. I just left and met a wild vine. It is a great natural source of vitamin C. It tastes good and can be used as a spice. Back to camp, the chef began to prepare dinner. I hope the starch from wild corn can help fill their stomachs. In the way of indigenous cooking, they chopped the corn and put it in a pot with the alocasia leaves. After half an hour it was 9 delicious 10 vegetable stew finished. The hunter was so hungry that he ate a few pieces, but the chef only tasted one piece that felt strange. It's as hot as a fire. The pain is unspeakable. When I think about it, only the oats at alocasia can be eaten. The leaves are not. Suffering from hunger. The remaining material is turned into poison. It seems that it can only be activated tonight. It's just endurance skills. Because you've both been in this wet, misty forest. 2 days without meat. The chef began to faint. See, the situation is not right. The hunter hurriedly boiled a pot of grape juice to catch his breath. Then the hunter goes to check the trap. Who knew the trap had been activated, that the prey escapes? Maybe this wild boar is big. The hunter could only look the meat to his mouth. Then run away again, when preparing to return. I found a salamander lying in a tree. I was so hungry that I threw a stick. The hunter brought the meat back. The chef was overjoyed. This is the prey. The biggest they've caught in the last 3 days. They quickly plan to cook. First strip off the salamander. Then put the crab in the pot. Add it and cook it into a sauce. Crab. When the salamander is processed, it is baked on charcoal. This dish tastes like chicken, but 5 times as much protein as beef. Provide them with abundant calories. This is the best meal in 3 days. Wednesday morning. The hunter came back to the trap, but it was empty. There's only so many wild boar footprints on the ground. There are still wild boars. Activity in this area. But these pigs are smart. IQ up to 180. Notice the trap simply doesn't work. The hunter went back to talk to the chef. Both decisions. Put all the rest of your energy into a big trap cage. They go into the forest and choose the right hunting site. Collect the bamboo. The child has grown but is no longer growing. Use flexible vines to fasten. Thanks for the chef's help. Just for a moment, a cage big enough to trap elephants has been completed. Then the chef uses the rest of the food as bait. Take a risk anyway. If you don't leave, you can't catch a wolf. You just need a hungry pig to get in. If you touch the organ, the trapdoor will close immediately. This is the last way they're going to have a big party. They went back to the camp hungry for 2 days and 2 nights, then back to the test trap. Not expected, they were stunned to see a 70-kilogram wild boar trapped. Their dream of catching wild boar. It's finally come true. However, wild boars are very aggressive. The sharp teeth can bite through the glass. It's still part of the hunter's job to deal with it. After a struggle, the hunter also knocked out the pig. The chef did not dare to delay. With this premium material, I'm going to make a multi-dish dish. After processing the wild boar, they look for ingredients. This wild-growing plant has a special taste. It's kind of like a spice blend. Great for marinating meat. They collected it and returned to camp. Cut the pork legs and fry them. Then add wild grapes to cook the stew. Ribs are the softest meat. Marinated and smoked on a campfire. Today's food is quite good. Just a little careless and I'll burn the whole oven. Fortunately, the hunters didn't notice. If you're not sure, you'll hear him moaning again. The shoulder is skewered into the stick, grilled on charcoal, while hunters are also busy finding more material. Corn growing on palm trees. It's a great vegetarian food source. Just put it on the fire and you can eat it. As the food is slowly cooked, the fragrance filled the camp. After 49 minutes of cooking, the royal party they had wanted for so long was over. The shoulder lean meat composition has scorched outside, but soft sweet inside. The pig is ready. It's also soaked in spices. Wild grape stewed wild boar meat. Charcoal grilled pork served with crab sauce. It is accompanied by corn stewed vegetables. The explosive flavor makes hunters and cooks ecstatic. The chef came in front of the hunter without saying a word. He picked it up and put it in his mouth. This taste is truly unbeatable. Although this trip was difficult, they finally get to enjoy the royal banquet of their dreams. Both of you have a full stomach. The next day, pack your luggage. Bring the leftover bacon. Begin a new journey of discovery. In the eastern United States, there's the Allegheny Mountains. With 16 million hectares of rugged mountain forests, unusual weather and thousands of black bears, many of the researchers got lost and died. In this period, son of nature Matt and former special agent Joe, working together, challenged this dangerous area. They start walking in the dark to find supplies. This time it includes a flag, 2 maps, 1 folding shovel, a single roll of colored tape and a bunch of climbing rope. The sky in the forest is drizzling slightly. Can't stand the cold for long. The first thing to do is to find shelter. It's about 5 minutes. I discovered a cave shelter rain in a dream. But Joe immediately refused after considering, because this is clearly a bear's lair. Even if it's only 1% likely. Matt couldn't risk his life either. Has just departed. Matt slipped foot. When you bend over, you smell a lot of bear shit. Not beyond prediction. There must be bears around 200 meters in radius. They both panicked and ran away from the danger. Along the way couldn't find a suitable rain shelter, tired and sleepy. My eyes thought of next. Using fallen leaves as a warm nest. They're gathering materials around. Not long after, it became a small, to increase resistance to rain. They put a layer of Leo on the outside. Finally finished a simple shelter tent. Both nights were quite pleasant. On the second date, they look at the current location. There's no mold. We can't determine the direction. The best way is to find the big river. Before you go, Joe, prepare a stick for self-defense, in case of a bear. He chose a small hand brooch tree with a dragon slayer. Then hot grinding to harden the stem by friction. Sounds cool. But it's actually just enough to floss a bear's teeth. Carry equipment. To people officially left. Sloping downhill in the direction of altitude. On the road Joe happened to pick up chestnuts for free. Crispy sweet and rich in vitamins and starch. Repack as snacks for the evening. Not far away, eyes on the scratches on the tree. It could be a bear. Based on scratch force and depth, I'd guess the bear weighed about 300 pounds. If we catch it, we'll have a royal party. They went on for half a day. I saw a dirty stream next to me. Based on experience, it's going to the river. That's right. Half an hour later they found a winding stream with water. Joe offered to camp here and get some protein for the meal. Matt is happy to take on the responsibility of pitching the tent. Joe starts the fire. The two of you split up. Matt's looking for food along the stream, and Joe uses a dragon slayer to spark. While looking for flint, I found a transparent stone that's very flint-like. Hurry up and try the knife. And of course, some bumps make us spark. About 50 meters from the stream, my eyes found an empty field. They're going to use dry wood as a base for the tent. You collect materials around there. Claw the wooden hen and attach it to the trunk. And then we're done with the roof. On the way home, Joe found a mushroom of birch. They make tea and charcoal. It only takes a spark to ignite. When Nat finished the tent, Joe just came back. Both are very satisfied with the results. Joe was assigned to start the fire. Matt went to get wood and fire. He shaved the most outer layer of Aries mushroom, cut a slice to make charcoal, and then hit it hard with a steel knife, and the spark fell on the mushroom. After 20 attempts, as the sun was about to set, the spark finally appeared. To blow lightly is to burn into a bright flame. They put chestnuts next to the fire to bake. On the way back, Joe spotted animal tracks. Before dark to set up some traps, they use saplings as springs and ropes to create traps. Just animals passing by will be tightened and hung on high, without pity. They set up 4 of these traps at the same time. On the third day, I didn't brush my teeth. Joe went to check the trap. The first 3 are empty. I was about to give up when a miracle happened. An animal is trapped. Joe excitedly hugged the booty running back. They roast and eat well. After finishing their meal, they continued to follow the stream down. He couldn't walk very long before he was stopped by a small waterfall. They were afraid of danger, so they went back through the forest. Scratches on dry stems remind them that this is black bear territory. Walking and worrying all day, Joe spotted an observation post in the tree. Based on experience, there may be supplies inside. He took off his activation jacket and climbed up. But due to the old plank screeched out. It almost made Matt stand. Tim, if you break a bone, it's hard to talk to your wives. There's only 1 box of eggshells and a cat pot. To avoid a bear attack, Joe offered to sleep on it. But Matt didn't agree because it was warmer to sleep on the ground. Matt made heating system. They heat the stone and put it in the iron pot. Use a climbing rope to pull up the tree. In the evening, Joe hugged the pot with his back to the tree, and Matt lay by the fire and slept soundly. Through a warm night, on the fourth day, they both started early. Walked through the forest for 2 hours, through a gap in front of an expanding landscape. It turned out to be a steep cliff. There's a big river flowing down there. They're comparing maps. That's the river they've been looking for. To save time, they decided to swing the rope down the cliff. Be careful though, the stone can fall at any time. They use the rope as a shaft. Design a pulley system. Helps to control the speed of descent and wire recovery. Get ready. Joe leads the way as a special forces soldier, so a little thing like this isn't worth it. You pass easily. It's the son of nature's turn. With flexible body, it's easy to get down. From here the journey is not difficult. They followed the river. Just go all the way down. You can leave this land. While walking, both ears heard a nose run in the direction of the sound. They met a local resident and greeted him warmly. Officially complete the challenge this time.